What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you some Battlefield 3 gameplay and going to be discussing some newly released content or information about Battlefield 4, specifically the Commander mode. Now, I've got one discussion that I'll be talking about Commander mode and my thoughts on it and things like that. And I was actually about to do that, and then I saw the released info on Battlefield's blog. And I figured, we'll just have to push that discussion to a later time because there was so much that was released in this little article that they came out with. So now I'll have a link to this in the description below, but I'll kind of go over the things that I felt were the most important, and that actually is most of the article. They gave us a little backstory as to how Commander mode came about for Battlefield 2, and it was also in 2142. And that's actually a really interesting read. But let's get into how Commander mode will actually be used for Battlefield 4. Now, they did say that there's pretty much three different sets that you'll be drawing your commander abilities from. One of them is they titled the main asset loop. One of them is the squad loop, which was a really, really interesting thing. We'll get to that here in a sec. And then there's the general pool that you will always have, no matter what map and game type and all that stuff. The main asset loops are going to be the ones that you actually get from the capture points and things such as Conquest. And squad loop, like I said, we'll get to that because it's actually something that we have not been told yet, and there's a whole lot going on with that. So the basic palette, as they phrase it, includes the UAV for scanning, EMPs for jamming, as well as the cruise missile. It says warning, but I mean it's just the cruise missile that gets launched, which designates an area where the enemy missile will strike. And they do say that you get this warning to give your friendly troops a heads up. Now, obviously, in core mode, you're not going to be taking friendly fire. But if if this missile takes out a lot of the vehicles, the buildings around you, they could collapse on you. And if it is hardcore, then that warning is going to be nice. Then it goes into this one thing called high-value targets. It says, in addition to this, you'll be able to designate high-value targets. This is, again, only the commander. Useful for pointing out especially dangerous enemies on the battlefield. An enemy on a kill streak of 6 or more will appear on the commander's screen as a selectable unit. The player's location can be relayed to the entire team for a period of time, currently 45 seconds. The commander can add this aspect to the game where most players will shift focus for a while and hunt/protect this high-value target player, as both teams alerted to this commander promotion, quote-unquote, when it happens. The attackers will receive additional bonus when taking out said target, while the target will receive bonuses for performing kills while being a high-value target. Thus, both parties have something to gain from this. Now, obviously, when I first read that and saw that you would be targeted potentially after 6 kills, I was a little hesitant because if you guys have seen my gameplay, I get pretty decent KDs, and if you were to spread that out just as a statistical point, I get 10 kill streaks and plus a lot. And I know that I get spotted often, but this thing that would be a spot that would last 45 seconds and highly encourage people to find me. I mean, I was a little cautious. But then I saw this little bit where if you're the high-value target, we'll just refer to it as the HVT. The HVT, as they are targeted for that, well, as it is right now, 45 seconds, you get more points for the kills. That's really cool, I guess. That's actually a pretty darn cool thing. I'm excited about that. It'll definitely be a nice challenge. They even say that in there, that experienced players are going to like the added challenge of being an HVT. But being spotted for 45 seconds and in a special spot, it will be interesting. I'm hoping it'll tell you when you are spotted as an HVT. I'm guessing it will. They said something about the GTA star system, so even after being spotted, there might be different levels or stars added to even higher value target players. So that will all be very interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, I'm not certain the high value target should be triggered at 6. I feel like it should be increased to 10 kills at least. It's just 6 seems really low, and it'll be interesting to see if you can do multiples at a time. By the way, just the the grammar used, it seems like there will only be one HVT at a time for each team. So that's that. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I know that is going to be a hotly talked about thing. This 45-second lengthy spot. That's going to be a heated thing. So, but as it is right now, I like it. For the most part. Well, time will tell. Now, moving on. Main asset loop. These assets can be obtained by your team by owning the objectives and are gone once the objectives are lost/destroyed. The more aggressive and impact-heavy assets are located here, depending upon map and game mode. So these, in addition to the ones they're about to list, also seem like they're going to be the ones that are triggered by things like Levolution. Like what we've seen on Paracel Storm. We saw that the ship that crashes up ahead on one of the islands, you get a commander-appointed anti-air turret. So this seems like this would be the category that would include. But it also includes things like the cruise missile, the 2 types of map scans, which is vehicle